Hello everyone, and welcome back to Warships Blitz with Terry. Today we'll have a battle played by TheLegend27. I do have the feeling that I've featured one of his battles before, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, I have so many contributed videos at this point that I do need to start working down the stash a little bit. And this was interesting because it kind of relates to a conversation I've had a while ago, well, not that long ago, about destroyers actually being viable gunboats in a similar way that they are on PC. Or if this is just not a thing that you get in Blitz and destroyers can't be played that way. So the TheLegend27 here is out in the Kiev, the Soviet Tier 9 destroyer, which I personally haven't played. I think I've only made it up to the Minsk so far, and then I kind of stopped because I had other things that were diverting my attention. But he's in a bottom tier battle. It's a carrier battle. There's an enemy Montana, Freddy, Iowa, Donskoy, and double Yugumo on the enemy team. So let's go and look at what he's doing in the Kiev. This is fault line, but on base capture. I much prefer this on domination, because there are some really nice kind of edges where you can lurk in the capture circles, but still you get the same deployment. So he's deploying on what I would say the left flank. So switches over to the armor piercing for a good reason, because there's going to be destroyers, at least one destroyer coming his way, and switches on the engine boost to go and, well, rush forward and do some scouting maybe. The carrier is going dead center, so not covering the flanks. I don't think the Kiev is going to be able to outspot the Yugumo, probably not, but when he gets spotted, he will know that there's a Yugumo, as long as he can't see him. So, edging around the corner. This is the nice corner here if this is domination, because you can sit in there, grab the capture circle, and actually be safe. But this thing's quick, 45 knots, but now he's slowing down, because he's fully expecting, and there he's spotted. So the Yugumo, at least one Yugumo is here, and there he is. Okay, so Yugumo smokes up, because panic, might have torpedoes away, and the Yugumo starts shooting out. Now, he doesn't stop firing his guns. He actually looks where the Yugumo is shooting from the smoke, and the Yugumo isn't sitting still in the smoke, but he's still reversing and not giving an actual target, and still getting 4 guns forward, and still getting good hits in on the Yugumo with his armor-piercing shells, and doing a lot of damage. So provided the Yugumo is not standing still, but he has sailed out of his smoke screen, and it looks like his smoke expired. So there are probably torpedoes in the way at this point, maybe. Yeah, the Yugumo has stopped firing his guns. No, he's still firing. But I would assume that there would be torpedoes in the way, at least against the battleships, or maybe the Yugumo is saving them up. No torps. And again, he's not rushing forwards. There's a Monty coming around. Now, what I would have done here, probably, is going aggressive for the Monty and then just dodging, just hiding behind the island. But he's staying bow in, and he's actually reversing. And this is dodging some battleship shots. And there comes the Yugumo again. So back to the armor piercing, and just keeps using his guns. Now, the Yugumo is giving a good broadside and is not firing back. No, he's still firing back, okay. But it's giving a good broadside, so yeah, reload booster up, and even with the 2 forward guns, the Yugumo is going to melt relatively quickly, especially now that the battleships are joining. And, well, that's a dead Yugumo. So, I don't know where his there are the torpedoes. Okay, well, is it just one spread? Well, he's using the no, they're both spreads. He's using the Freddy as a shield. I mean, that's what Freddys are for, right? and now keeps the fire up at the Monty, who decides that sailing broadside onto a Frederick the Great is a good idea. But he comes under fire from a destroyer, and the Freddy is relatively low on health at this point, which is probably why the Monty was just brazenly sailing out there. I don't know what this Monty is planning. But he's definitely running his reload booster because, well, no, the Iowa takes out the Freddy, but now he's on fire. And I don't know if his damage con is on cooldown, but no, he's on fire twice. Now this is a Montana, so he's not going to take as much damage from fires, but he's coming under fire from the other battleship behind, which I think was an Alsace. And it's completely ignoring the destroyer, because the destroyer, well, you know, it's got the smaller guns and a more difficult target to hit. And again, the TheLegend27 here is making no effort whatsoever to rush these people. just staying at range, and now it's a dead Montana, which leaves the Iowa. And again, I would have probably rushed that thing at this point, but he's coming under fire from the Iowa, dodges all these shells because he's been backing off, and is accelerating again and backing off again, and just generally keeping at max range with the guns, because with these, just first of all, the Kiev forward seems to have 2/3 of his guns pointing that way, and he can he can dodge all the shells. There's no way the Iowa can do anything unless he's going to rush him, and he can't rush him because he has torpedoes. So the Iowa's, well, going bow in a defensive position, but what is he going to do? Okay, the Iowa looks like he wants to disengage. Now the enemy team is 3 ships down. They've lost both of the Yugomos and the Montana for the cost of 1 battleship of the Freddy on this side. So the Iowa realizes that he's screwed. Now he's probably in a full turn, so at this point he gets rushed. Now he's on fire, and again I would have probably turned more aggressive here, but the Iowa is turning away, and he just goes behind him, just kind of chases him, and while the Iowa is still firing armor piercing, so there's no way he's going to do any significant damage to the Kiev. He heals up that damage so far, and he could have waited a little bit longer here before dropping these torps, and they would have killed the Iowa outright. But now the Iowa's got his guns pointing in the wrong direction. Then it's just the Iowa secondaries he has to contend with. And don't underestimate the Iowa secondaries. This is a nasty bunch. But he gets some torpedo hits in, and the Alsace takes him out. So no need to switch back to the armor piercing. Yeah, the enemy team is getting themselves awful stomped here. But look at the amount of torpedo hits that he's done with this destroyer so far. Remember, this is a destroyer. He's done 3 torpedo hits. All the rest of the damage must be done with the main guns, and most of the time he's only haven't had 2 out of 3 main guns pointing at the enemy because he's been dodging shells. Okay, there comes a Freddy, and again he does the same thing here. Again, I would have totally rushed the Freddy and torped him in the side, but he actually stays at range, uses the rapid reload, and just keeps firing these guns, and they are very, very quick firing guns with the rapid reload active. Now he doesn't get full pens with the high explosives, but he does get it does add up over time, right? It's with the reload of just over, like, what is that, like 4 seconds or something. It does add up over time, and there goes another fire, and the Freddy's almost dead. So at this point he's just getting taken out by the Iowa, which leaves the Donskoy. Very nasty ship, the Donskoy, if you're in a destroyer. So once again, he does the same thing. He puts the ship in reverse and stays at range. Stays at what was that, 8 kilometer-ish range, which seems to be a good range to actually get a significant amount of hits in from the what I presume 130 mils, and just keeps firing. So he's already at almost 80,000 damage, which is just from the guns, almost. There were 3 torpedo hits, but that's it. The rest is the guns and the fires that he has set with them, and has been staying at range, and has used 2 repair kits, but has survived the whole battle. I usually don't survive battles in my Soviet destroyers. It's because I'm playing them too aggressively. But this is what you can achieve when you are playing these things at range and as gunboats. And look at this, 80,000 points of damage, 2 kills, and a bottom tier carry. I would say that is very nicely done. And this is 53,000 damage with the main guns, which I think is really impressive. So there is definitely an argument to be made that, yes, even with a destroyer and with a gunboat destroyer, you can absolutely do huge numbers of damage without torpedoes, and just by using your guns. Don't disregard them, especially in something like a Soviet destroyer, which has extremely short-range torpedoes. So that was really interesting to see how he was kind of playing this with in a high-tier Soviet destroyer battle. Now, that's it for today. Thanks everybody, and thank you TheLegend27 for sending that one in. I'll see you all next time. Bye.